imagine we're gonna get people showing up here in a minute. Maybe now. Maybe there's already people here. I'll never know. Actually, I probably will, because you guys will say something in chat. Boom! What don't you believe? I've forgotten what I've said at this point. Hello, everybody! So I got a package in, and, oh boy. What do we got here? I'm in. Oh yeah, you totally, yeah. I totally put it in the stream description. You literally just can't see these goddamn things. So, I ran out of Arduinos, so I ordered a whole bunch more, but these came in and the main control board is teeny tiny, and I'm kind of worried about that. Now, it could just be like the SMD version, but I'm not sure, but I kind of want to test this. So I'm gonna find a cable. Yeah, so I'll take you guys through exactly how I screwed everything up yesterday, and I'm sure there's an important life lesson to learn from all of that, but the gist of it is, I hecked up, guys. I made some assumptions that I shouldn't have, and it didn't work out great for me. So it's not a big deal. It was just a couple hours of print time, but yeah, I printed off the cage, and it technically fits. It actually technically entirely works. It's just the alignment isn't perfect, and it was a stupid mistake. It was my bad. I can't find my cable for programming Arduinos. Well, I will think about that, and if I can remember where it goes, I'll do it out. More cage, less rage. I like that. Arduino is fun. So, brass is just kind of a placeholder. So this is the Raven cage that I made yesterday, and, well, I actually printed it this morning, but it does technically fit. Goes in, it's white on white, so it's going to be really hard to see, but, yeah, it goes in. The shell closes mostly alright. You can kind of pop it into place, but the Raven shell has always had issues like that. It's more or less, I gotta get the... Ow, I pinched myself. Okay, you get the point. It goes in, but the alignment isn't right, and, you know, I really don't want to half-ass this. Like, I could absolutely just be like, oh, screw it, it's close enough, but what I did was I actually relied on my measurements from the last flywheel cage, which I was printing on a different printer, which wasn't super calibrated. So that is on its own probably not a great start. And the other thing was, I think my original measurements were off. I made the Raven cage a long time ago, and I didn't have nearly the experience that I have now. And I guess you can only compare yourself to yourself, so... I am much better now than I was before. Yeah, there are these stupid wire cutters that I've been looking for. So, there's a lot of, like, shroud stuff around this, the actual post of this cage. So, you look way different with your hair up. Gavin, we did this yesterday. It's the exact same stream as yesterday, except I'm gonna try not to screw it up this time. I have been told I look different with my hair up. I rarely put my hair up. You should see me with makeup on, it's great. I'm horrible at it, I look like a goddamn clown whenever I do it. I've had a few people try, and if I'm totally honest, they're very good. I still just felt like a clown. It's not... I don't like my face with makeup on, I guess. I've had some very talented people try and do an objectively wonderful job. I just don't think my face takes it well. Anyway, but it was in my way, so I got it out of my way. Honestly, just did. I'm kind of horrible at putting my hair up. It's kind of in a messy bun right now, but it's like an exceptionally messy bun. I'm talking about girl shit, and you guys probably don't give a shit. Makeup is weird if you're not used to it. Yeah, I mean, I was used to it, but then I was an adult, and I stopped giving a shit. I mean... That certainly should have cut me, but it didn't. Cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Always remember, kiddos. Alright, so I now have access to the measurements for the actual screw ports. None of this fake screw port shroud nonsense. Really need one of those tools that measures angles. I have no idea what you're talking about, Gavin. Gavin, you say a lot of things that I just don't follow. There we go. Alright. Hopefully I didn't botch that too badly. So the stream has to end at about 5:30. So we're looking at just over an hour, realistically. Could probably go to 5:15 or something, but... Okay, that's still up at an angle. Sorry, for anybody that's has no idea what I'm doing, because you... I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess most of you have not modeled the Raven flywheel cage yourselves. Just statistically, I mean... I'm sure there are a few people out there, but... just trying to get this nice and flat. So, basically, I've just now trimmed them all off. I'm gonna try and mess with my camera so that you guys can see. What time is it right now? It's 4:16. So, alright, hopefully that's... The contrast is just garbage. Problem is, if I crank up the... Yeah, if I crank up the contrast too far, I look purple. You might just be kind of screwed. Okay, so you can kind of see, if you look, there are these little bits that come out here, and... Sorry, it's really good. These little bits formerly went all the way out and around, and so that meant that I couldn't get a good reading on this part, which is the actual part that I need to measure. So, I used this song for Haven. Okay, so I said when I was originally measuring it that this was 7mm tall, and I was dead on. This one. This one is 8mm tall, and I'm almost certain that I made it not 8mm. And this one is 7 too. That's very interesting. God damn it. Catherine, you're spreading. Broke nerfing is taking on your habits. God damn it. Okay, so let's open up the Raven, and we're just gonna see where I went wrong, because I did. So you can try and cover up your mistakes, and maybe you'll succeed. But the truth is, you're just gonna get a better product if you admit that you screwed up, and then go from there. Being totally honest, I think that's a problem that a lot of people have. Okay, so this is 6. And holding the actual cage is 6. No. That's 7. That's interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, it's because there's a 1/2 millimeter chamfer here. Yeah, okay, so that's 7. That's not a problem. Okay, so that's also 7 on my model. It's 7 here. Shit. Okay, so then this one, no. It's really hard to use a mouse when you're trying to hold calipers with the same hand that you're trying to. Okay, so that one is 7, and I think this is 8. I think that's, yeah. Okay, this one is 8 millimeters tall. So that's gonna be problem 1. Now, the next thing is, it's not necessarily about, I mean, the height is important, but what's more important here is that they're not all on the same plane. So some of them are a little higher than others, so I need to get that sorted. So now, part 2 of this is how large is the actual part? That is interesting. So because this is an overhang, it's just gonna, like, inherently gain a little bit of... You guys can't see my screen at all. I'm just being dumb. Hey, Edskar. So, measuring this part, I got... This is supposed to be 7 millimeters, and it's 7.5 millimeters. So because it's an overhang, it gained a little bit of material. Like, it's a little thicker on the bottom. So... That's 7.4. Interestingly, this bottom one is also 7.5, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be... Wait, what were the actual measurements? So, 7... Okay, so that one's right. 7, 8. So the biggest issue I'm gonna have here is finding a plane on this that I can measure off of, where everything is like parallel and I'm measuring from the center point. I'm gonna grab the other half of the cage and see if this is actually centered. Oh god! I knocked off my lamp. You have a put you off. Oh god, Korg, best character. I hope Biggs is watching so that he can hear me saying that Korg is the best character. Alright. So what we can do to try and find a center reference here is we can actually measure the diameter and then... Yeah, okay, so this is 21 millimeters, pretty much dead on. So half that is going to be 10.5. So we're gonna find if this is 10.5. It is! Okay, so we have a center reference here. Which is really good news. So okay. So let's go back in time and we're gonna mess with the Korg. Korg, the rock guy from Ragnarok, who's actually played by Taika Waititi, who is the director, which I thought was funny, and also it really emphasizes how hilarious Taika is. What is that? Alright. I think we actually have to go back all the way to this sketch here, which shouldn't really surprise me. So, we actually want to take this line, and I think we want to bump it out. Oh, come on. Yeah, no. Fuck. God damn it. Okay, we want this sketch dimension. Why? Why is he giving me a degree? Have you gotten hot glue in your hair? No. I never have. I cannot say that I ever have done that. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the cage. Yeah. Why is this being so awful? There we go. Alright, so I think I want to bump this out to 24, at least for a start. Because I think that was part of the issue. I think that's causing me trouble. Oh, okay. Went the wrong way. But that's fine, I guess. Alright, so we want to lock that point. Oh, shit. Me. There we go. 24. So, alright. Balls. Okay, so we're gonna go boom, boom.
The best piece of advice I have for someone trying to succeed in the film industry or any creative space is if you're doing what everyone else is doing, you're doing it wrong.
Wow, is that really not... Is it not letting me? I think there might be too many constraints here. Or maybe it worked? No, it didn't. Okay. Well, alright. We're gonna have to delete all of this crap. And then try again. Oh, thank you. You guys are ridiculous. You guys totally couldn't see that the whole time, and... Damn it. Alright. Okay, so that was 5.5. We want this to be 24.
What is freedom?
So I'm actually just moving this screw port because it was not quite in the right area. And then we want this to be 9.5. And we'll take a line. I can't believe I'm actually remembering, like, all of the steps that I did yesterday, today. Like, that's kind of... I'm kind of impressed by my, memory here. Alright. So now, we're trimming that and that. I totally just messed that up. Yeah, I did. No. Alright. Remember when I was like, oh, I totally know what I'm talking about, guys? No, I have no idea what I'm doing. Just bullshitting my way through everything in this life. Even my bun is falling out. Alright, let's trim that. Yeah, Raven Cage, because I totally messed up the last one. Alright, let's stop the sketch. And all my bodies are invisible. Thanks for that, internet. What is this? What is this telling me? Missing profiles. Okay, I want that one. Now, of course, that's wrong, but here we are. Oh my god, what is that nonsense? Okay. I might just grab a hair elastic, because I'm not good at this bun thing. Yeah, I messed this up pretty hard. Gavin, you sent me a picture of something, I can't really tell what it is. Like, I don't know what I'm looking at. It almost looks... like, I recognize that color of plastic, it's metallic. Cyber Strike line, the one that's got the top and the bottom that you can break out the bottom one, and basically a big knife finder on the bottom, and then a rocket launcher on the top. That's the one. Yeah, that actually wouldn't make a bad HVZ blaster. This pencil just died. This is just falling out of my hair. Alright. I think what we're gonna have to do is just nuts to all of this. Okay, we can keep that. What's this move command? Alright, we can keep that move command. Where is this chamfer? Nope, that chamfer we can keep. Alright, let's... Hey, what's that? Get out of here. Alright, so we're back to where we were, which is fine. Yeah, not a big deal. So we still have all of our sketches. So, what we want to do now is just kind of pick out each of the individual pieces here. Let's find our sketches. No, I bet they're going to be there. Let's take a look at this from the dead-on bottom. Not the worst thing to watch before. I mean, oh, damn it. I thought you were just being genuine and sweet, but then it turned weird. Alright, fuck this hair thing. Oh good, now it's a mess. Same. Alright, so that is our center line. Let's do like that. So, how about this one? Okay, how high is our center line? I think it's 11 millimeters from the bottom sketch here. Let's make things easier on ourselves by changing these parameters down to 41.5, then we have a little bit more wiggle room in the space between here and here. Did I lose that chamfer? I did. I have to go back and undelete that little chamfer. Because that chamfer was handy. Oh, it just deleted it anyway. Thanks for that, asshole. Now I gotta do that again. If I remember what that was. Alright. Really don't mind that being there. Right, let's get our parameters back. And again, we're just giving ourselves some wiggle room. So if this moves in, then I got a little more space in to work here. I know you messed up on it. Why it didn't work? Because it didn't look like an animal. Darn it! Darn it, Trico. Okay. So, are we gonna start with that one? Looks like. Alright. So, we need 2 reference points here, essentially. I am gonna do this in the jankiest way possible. Guarantee. Okay, so this is 2 millimeters above. Yeah, dead on 2 millimeters. So, now you guys can actually see what I'm doing. We're gonna go... okay, so we're gonna do an offset plane. No. Yes, that is correct. We're gonna go... We're gonna offset 13, which is gonna hit the top of where this needs to be. And then... we're gonna go down 8 millimeters, but I think we're gonna go 7.5 just because it's gonna overhang. But then what we're gonna do, we're gonna go negative, so that's like super cheating. Like, I am so cheating right now. But that should work. Or it would work if I hadn't forgotten to fix this area here. So, what's, oh, hello. Stupid thing keeps flipping everything around, making it really difficult to... Okay, so I think this is 5 degrees. Yeah, 180, so this is 5 degrees. And we need it to be something like maybe 10 degrees. It's just, it's really obnoxious, this angle right here. So let's extend this back. Interesting that that removed constraints, but okay. Guess I'll just... Alright, so we want to go 170 degrees. That actually worked pretty well. Alright, screw that line, and then extend, and then trim. So then we let's start by taking these and just cutting off the edges here, and then we can go back in and then throw these little chamfers back on because they were really handy. But I deleted them by accident. Let's go 2.5. I think that's different than what I did last time, but sue me. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. I don't believe in sidearms. I don't get the purpose. If you're primary jams, then you suck at building primaries. And like, to be totally honest, if you're primary jams in the heat of battle, like, we're playing Nerf here. Like, you're not playing, like, competitive whatever crap. Like, just, if you're playing HVZ and your primary dies and you can't just bullshit your way through the round, and believe me, I've done that. I've had the tab break off one of my motors, and I ran around, like, essentially just making pew-pew noises, like revving my blaster and then just, like, letting off the rev for a second so that it sounds like I'm firing a dart out. And I've bullshitted my way through that, but, like, if your primary dies and, you know, just whatever, like, you can just be a zombie, it's not that big a deal. Like, whatever. Alright, now let's try this again. So, offset plane, we want to go up 13, and then down negative 7.5. And that actually should do it for that one. I don't believe in secondaries, but I do believe in specialties. Yeah, when the breach Chronos is something like a rapid strike makes sense for high power and high rate of fire. Yeah, I will occasionally, I have been known to run 2 primaries, which is hilarious because most primaries barely fit on me as is. So, kind of cool. This is the one I printed earlier. It's kind of nice to be able to have it in your hand. Also, if any of you were here yesterday and you remember I worked on this logo a whole lot, it totally worked. You can, well, you can't, but the Malice logo came out really good. You can see that. You can't, but... Alright. Used to carry around 3 to 4 pistols. Pistols are my primary. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. I mean, there's no wrong way to do it, right? Like, it doesn't really matter that much. It's just, you know, that's the whole point. Like, it's not super, yeah. Wow, okay, sorry. I just got half a dozen messages on my phone. Okay, so... let's try to do that other side next. I'm really wary about just eyeballing this, because I eyeballed it last time and it didn't go well for me. Let's grab us some screwdrivers and then pop these flywheels off. Now, stock flywheels, you can't really do much interesting, fun stuff with to get them off, because they're just so flimsy and they'll hold there. Oh my god! This is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how to... Oh my god, these wheels are literally, like, cracking before they're gonna come off. Alright. So we need one reference surface off of... I'm not planning to, but they are going to be sold. I will not be the one selling them. Did I just take the wrong wheel off? Am I genuinely that stupid? I am. There we go. Oh! Yeah, see, that's what I'm on about. Did you hear that, like, horrible popping noise? That hurt my ears. Alright. Wheels removed. Oh, I could measure off the bottom of the cage as a reference. Now that I have the wheels off. That's a good idea. So, like, when you're measuring stuff, the thing is you have to have somewhere to measure to. You can't just, like, start taking measurements. So you have to find relative distances throughout the cage. I don't know if anybody picked up on this, but again, we're listening to the song that... It's just on random, but we're listening to the song that I used for Gavin. There's totally a hidden message in there that's not super well hidden. Alright, so that's 11 millimeters off the bottom of the cage. Yeah, okay, that's 11 millimeters. And then on this side... Nope, I totally screwed that up. And that's also 11 millimeters, so both sides of the cage here and here are even, which I recognize is next to impossible for you guys to see, but... Alright, so if this area is 11 millimeters off, and I know that that's 2 millimeters off of center, so that's 13 millimeters up, and then we go down to the surface of this, which is that really like 0.7 something? Are you really gonna do that angle? Hasbro, you've been so good to me. Okay, this cage design is terrible, but in fairness, everything is a nice metric size. Like, everything is to within, like, 0.02 of a millimeter-ish, 0.03. So that's nice. They're kind of spoiling me in that regard, but... Oh, is Pete giving away Chaos Meds? Yeah, you don't have a Chaos, do you? You converted all your Chaos. I'm gonna guess that that's, yeah, okay, that's dead on 1 millimeter down. So this is 12 millimeters, this smaller side one is 12 millimeters up, 6.5 down. So that's, we're gonna offset, I said 12, and then we want to go negative 6.5, not negative 65. I have a good friend in the Warframe community, goes by 65. He got banned once. He wrote a script to do the Navy SEAL copy pasta when he hit some, like, a key combination, and the chat just auto banned him. I don't know if he ever started playing again. He was pretty mad after that, but he was like, I'm mad, but also I totally deserve that. I'm like, yep, you do, 65. Okay, so this is 10 millimeters up. And I think the last one was, so this should be 11, and that was 1. So this is also up 12, down 6.5. I really hope that I'm right this time, because it takes forever to print something like this. I think it took like 2.5 hours to print this cage, just because it's not designed to be 3D printed. I mean, if you do 3D print it, it's going to be built like a tank, but I don't know, the last cage I made, the coat duck cage, which actually got, like, it got a little traction, I'm not gonna lie. It got more traction than I would have expected. That one was designed for 3D printing specifically. And this one is more designed for like subtractive or molding and casting, or yeah, 3D printing is just kind of a side effect. But when you do 3D print it, built like a tank. Alright, I think that's... What just happened? Oh, hello? Are you killed? I don't know why that took so much computer power. That was weird. Okay, so let's... So we want to extrude this to object. So I'm going to go here. And see that nice, that made a nice little hug there. And then to object. And to object. Oh! Nope, sorry, messed that up. Forgot to hit the to object thing. Got ahead of myself. And see, we get nice little part hugs on the sides. So then, let's take, so target body and then the tool bodies here, and then smack them together. Let's make sure we're selecting everything we want to select here. There. That should be everything, and then we want to go a 0.5 millimeter chamfer on there. So let's compare this to the other one before we commit to printing. Do I actually have a copy of the old one? Can I go back in time and look at... I don't know. Okay, let's save this. Oh, okay. It's having a bit of a hard time. We're just gonna be patient. Okay, so this is technically version 4. Alright. Is this gonna open it in like a new tab, or what? Yeah, okay. Okay, let's take off these wheels. And I guess we can include this as well. So we're just gonna compare these two and see, now that I've like ignored all of my previous stuff and, oh, this is read only. Okay. So I guess we have to copy this one. Yeah, so I've ignored all of my previous, measurements. And just kind of I don't know how to do this. Just kind of done all the measurements from scratch. So I want to see how the old one compares to the new one and what I've done differently and theoretically better. Can I not like... Alright, well, alright. Let's take some measurements from the base here up to here. I don't know if this is gonna give me a real measurement. Okay, so that's 13 up. And I think that's already wrong. But, okay, so 13 up, and then 6 up. Now, unfortunately, this is how we have to do it, but... okay, so that's... Oh, that's interesting. So I guess that was too high. Because that would be 5 if I hadn't compensated for the... Oh. No, I guess I made this a little thicker. That feels wrong to me, but I'm gonna leave it anyway. Okay, so up to the bottom here is 5.5, and then up to the top is 12. This should be 4.5. Wow, I really suck at this. Or I did really suck at this. Yike. Alright, I think this is going to be the most important one here. Because this is 6 up and 13 up. And then in the real thing, it is, yeah, lower. So we're gonna call that 5 up and 12 up. Okay, alright. I'm pretty content with that. I think that's right. That's read-only. I guess I could... That's annoying. Alright. Okay, so I made a few changes. Corv, I think, is England, so that's, I think, +5 from me here. I think. Yeah, that's right. Alright, so we are gonna save this as an STL. This actually went way faster than I kind of expected it to. Oh, hold on. This is gonna be important. I need to change the parameters, and hopefully this doesn't screw everything up. So I should get an error here, but it should do it anyway. Yeah. Did that mess up any of the chamfers? What messed up here? What is... I mean, it worked, so I'm not mad. I don't know why you're giving me a warning, because everything worked. But, okay. No, I'm not changing physical material. What am I on about? Okay, so I'm trying to determine what crush level I want for this cage. Could go like 43. I could go 42.5. I don't know. Oh, Corv, I thought you were in England. Well, that just goes to show. The fuck do I know? Am I right? Alright, we're gonna go 43 and just see how that goes. Okay, okay. I didn't label the last one. I'm so stupid. Okay, this is 43 millimeter. 43.0 millimeter. So let's get our Simplify 3D out. I knew. Okay, I didn't know, Ed. I did know you were in England. This is why I can't be trusted with anything. Anything. All right. Let's drop in the 43 millimeter cage, and what we'll do right away is we will double check the spacing and see that I've got the spacing right, because I had some great logical conclusion as to what I should make the spacing, and just totally lost on me at this point. So we're just gonna make sure that these two overlap perfectly. Just because, like, you know. And okay, that's... Okay, so now we can see exactly what I changed here. So I took about 0.5 millimeters off the bottom of each one. But you can see this one is actually higher up, which would make sense because I was having some alignment issues. So, yeah, this is the new one, and so this one's higher up, This one's a little thinner, but otherwise almost identical. I just changed the angle here very slightly. I may have done something stupid. I may have increased that angle when I wanted to decrease it. No. No, I did do that right. I actually think that should be fine. I did mean to increase that. Alright. Okay, so everything is 0.5 millimeters thinner than it should be because I have issues with overhang. I hit the wrong button and now it moved me to this position. This got moved 0.5 millimeters out. This is obnoxious. Oh my god! Okay, I hate that all of these programs use different ways of moving around. Yeah, because this is 0.5 millimeters out, and it's also... it looks like I moved it up about... or down? Yeah. Yeah, I moved it down. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I made it thinner, too. Anyway, a lot of alignment changes. It should fit now. And it is 43 millimeters? No, it isn't. I got that wrong. I made it 42.5. Okay, that's a simple enough thing to change. I can literally just... It just saves me a little bit of time later, I guess. 42.5. Where did I put that? Gosh darned cable. That's really bothering me now. Yeah, that's for my 3D scanner. Which, by the way, if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say my 3D scanner, you should go watch that video because it was actually pretty good. Save as STL. And then we're gonna go 42.5. Now let's go back to here. We'll delete the 43 millimeter. And then drop in the 42.5. It's gonna make me... Okay, so X rotation we want negative 90. If I hit center in a range, it's just gonna, yeah. That's pretty obnoxious. Of course, it makes that one fit perfectly, and then this one, it's like, nope, fuck you.
The sounds are blended together to achieve a new dimension in sound, impossible to obtain in a monaural.
Whatever. I think that's pretty decent. I think I did good here. What do you guys think? Have you seen anything I've done that's tremendously wrong? Am I totally stupid? Wouldn't shock me, to be honest. That was actually pretty funny, Ed. Alright, hopefully this should actually fit in a Raven cage. Or in a Raven without requiring shell modification. I totally wasn't a jab, not at all. See, now I'm back here and I'm trying to navigate and it's just fuck awful. This stream ended up, I think, shorter than I intended it to be. Do we want like a Q&A? It's almost exactly an hour. Yeah, okay, it is an hour now. Not bad. fixed it in an hour. Plus I was dilly-dallying as Miss Shuttleworth, my grade 1 and 2 teacher, would say. Off in the 0% chance that Mrs. Shuttleworth sees this. Hi, Mrs. Shuttleworth. How long until you ban Cat? Cat's a moderator. I said I'd go about an hour, a little over an hour, which I guess ended up being an hour and a half. An hour and 20. I guess might as well, like, I'm gonna move my mac and cheese, which I heated up and then didn't eat at all. Catherine! Darn it! What we can do in this time is we can do a little bit of Arduino code, just to test these Arduinos and see if they're... Wow, these things kind of look kind of sketchy. I think I paid like $15 for 10 of them, so I'm not really mad. No, I think I paid more like $30 for 10 of them. But I guess if they don't work, I can always open an eBay dispute and be like, they are borked. But yeah, we'll just do, like, honestly, all we really need to do is make sure that it works. So I'll work on finding that cable. And in the meantime, I've got my printer cleared off, so let's open our control panel just to heat this bitch up. I don't know if any of you were around yesterday and also today, but we were talking about how, wow, I have some actually decent lengths of GT2 belt in here that still look like they're ripped, so I don't know what those came from, but, yeah, I got some long-ass lengths of GT2. That's belt for a 3D printer. I was in the middle of saying something and I totally got sidetracked. Yeah, I totally don't remember what I was saying. Something about yesterday. Oh, yeah, I said yesterday there was about enough filament left on the spool for, maybe a cage, and I actually got about 75% of the way through the cage, and then I heard the filament break off the spool, and I was like, shit! And so I did a hot swap with filament. A literal hot swap, because I didn't bother cooling down the head. Catherine. So now, while that printer heats up, we're gonna prepare to print, so it should slice everything. And looks good to me. I don't see any glaring obvious issues, but then again, I never do until it's too late. So, let's begin printing. That's gonna take a minute because the printer's not heated up yet, but there. Or something. That cable. Why is there a spool of black filament beside my computer? That's a weird place for that. Black filament, I guess. I hate that the Nanos use a USB mini. Like, I get that it's probably cheaper than a micro USB, but God, who has mini USB cables anymore? What is this, 2005? Like, fuck. Actually, I have no idea when mini USB cables came out. I have no idea when USB cables came out. Let's just be honest. Alright. I got a flashlight, which looks suspiciously... Never mind. Did it, like, fall on the goddamn ground? Like, what is this? What is this? Ah, this is obnoxious. I'm just down under my desk, minding my own business, trying to find a goddamn thing. On top of this cabinet. I checked, I didn't put it in the cabinet. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. See, the problem is, I keep cleaning my room, which then causes me to then lose everything in the room. Which is like, way to go me, 10 out of 10. This has a whole bunch of USB cables, and I can almost guarantee that none of them are the one I need. Yeah, there's a micro, another micro. God, honestly. Oh, I just turned it more into action, so. I'm just gonna clean up a little booger around the hot end. Come here. I would just get stuffed. Which isn't what I wanted to say. Okay, so for some reason, and I have no idea why, I've tried several different files. None of my 3D printers like printing Raven cages. I don't have a good explanation for you. It just really doesn't. Oh yeah, you guys are like sitting right beside the printer. I hope it's not completely horrible. But at this point I'm just trying to kill time. And of course my way of killing time turns out to be incredibly obnoxiously difficult. But here we are. Nothing is ever easy. Literally no idea where this cable is going. Damn it. Oh, here's a random USB cable. Not the one I need though. Let me check under these pants. Not the pants that I'm wearing. I want to clarify. Ah! Okay, that's on my nose or something. Nothing can ever be easy. Wait a minute. How long has this nitron scope been on? I just found it and it's like... I don't even know if you guys can see it. It's flashing and shit. Yeah. Nitron scope is kind of cool. I have so many USB cables and none of them, like I even went out looking the other day, like specifically for a mini USB cable to program all these arduinos. And it's like nothing. Couldn't find dick. Like exasperating. Exasperating as hell. Like, the worst part is I have no idea where it could have gone. Does anybody have any suggestions? Can we do like the Dora the Explorer thing? Like, where is it? Is it in the fucking couch cushions? Maybe it's down here. It's not, but a girl can dream. Ah, where did I put it? Catherine, that was... I'm not even... not mad at that. Come on. Alright, I'm gonna check down around the back of my desk. Which is like basically a wall, but whatever. Worst case scenario, I get stuck in a wall and die. I think I found some motors. Nope. Nothing back here. This is extremely obnoxious. Oh hey, I found an old blaster I made. It's just a jolt. Oh my god, Catherine. What the shit? The fuck, Catherine? Alright. I think I might know where it is. I think my roommate might have stolen it. Not that I think he has anything that he could use a mini USB cable for, but... Oh! Wait. Right. I'm gonna set up the camera so you guys can watch the thing while I rummage around. I have a jolt that's painted brass. This isn't painted brass, it's actually brass. I cut off the front end, replaced it with brass. Sorry, I wish I could get the camera closer, but I can't, so suck it. I want you all to know that you're in a milk glass. That's important information. emerged victorious, having, I don't know, re-pillaged. I got my cable pillaged. I mean, I could, but that's kind of obnoxious, especially if I need to rapidly plug and unplug. Yeah, so it turns out Milo took my, my old USB mini cable. Yeah, Milo took my old USB mini cable to plug his tablet in when his old one died. When his old cord died. And then never gave it back. That's really obnoxious. I don't know why they chose to make that pin that color, but who am I to judge? Let's Let's open our Arduino setup system thing and just write a little piece of code to be like, what up, I'm an Arduino, and I totally work. I don't actually want to wire anything into this, I just want to see if it works. No, I moved you. You were, like, the camera has a little hook thing, and so I just kind of, like, hooked you in. Yeah. I mean, to their credit, this LED is bright as hell, but I'm really tempted to, like, desolder the power LED. That's kind of obnoxious. Anybody? Power LED? Does that interest anybody? Does anybody like a big flashing LED in your eyeballs? I actually really like Arduino Nanos. Probably my favorite type of Arduino, just because they're cheap and fast, and they've got the same board as an Uno, so... we're not gonna look at this regulator select fire code, because it's awful. It's just fucking awful. Alright, so... I don't have anybody to impress. Let's, I guess I am in front of a large stream of people, but... in mode 13 output that's literally all I can do in here, so fuck off. God, I always forget the syntax for this stuff. Like, I always forget, like, the exact wording to turn on an LED, or, like, to turn on a pin. It's like... digital... yeah, digital write 13 high. Okay, wow, okay. I apparently suck at this. Delay... 10 seconds, I think, is what that amounts to. Digital write 13 low. We're just doing a basic blink sketch here, just to see if it works, and because I'm far too lazy to actually write anything, or to actually, like, wire anything up. And plus I don't want to, like, solder pins to an Arduino and then, you know, later have to unsolder them all. It's just a pain in the ass. Let's go... oh, 2000. And then let's just, boom, see what happens if it actually is gonna select the correct... Wow. I have so many just test sketches of random crap. That's how you guys cannot see anything. Yeah, one of these is gonna go into Pandora. Right. Usually it takes me, like, if I don't code for a few weeks, it takes me a little bit to get into it. That's my code, and if you don't like it, you can heck right off. That's pretty much how I feel. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, that's like blasting my eyeballs out. How am I supposed to see what's happening on this pin when it's just right beside this stupid bright? Oh, you weren't supposed to see the regulator code, but we're writing random code. But yes, Pete, one of these is going to go into Pandora. I have 10 of them, so I can fuck around with them all I want. Let's go 500. I lied. So I guess this chip is just physically smaller. Now, I did order the last ones. Okay, yeah, so this is totally working. So this is just off for about a second, on for... no, on for about a second, off for a second, on for 2 seconds. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see this at all, but... Let's knock this, bump this up a little. God, these LEDs are so bright. Like, you can barely see a difference there. That's obnoxious as hell. Like, I could desolder that single LED, but it would be so much work. But, like, look at how much light this is putting out. Like, can you see my hand changing color as it blinks? That's stupid. That's far too much power for a stupid little LED to be using. You need a bigger resistor on there. It has a bigger resistor. No, it doesn't. The resistor is just flipped the wrong way around. I was reading 201 when it's still a 102. They all are. Which means they are all going to be this obnoxiously bright. But they do work, so, I mean, if they're buried inside a blaster, you'll never know. You really have to pay attention to see that. No. No, on something like this, you can just pop the LED off. It doesn't care. It's not going to be able to tell that it's not actually powering something. Just like I could turn on one of these pins and it wouldn't care. It's not important to its operation, it's just a status LED. But yeah, I guess these work. I don't have anything else clever to do with this. All I can do is literally turn an LED on or off. I don't have any inputs wired in or outputs, so it's just kind of like... It works, I guess. I like these boards a lot. It's a cute little board. What do you think? Like a little... on the off chance that my friend Sarah is watching this, what do you think? Is that the right size? I have teeny tiny arms. But, alright, so I rescued my old Arduino cable and finished off this, and we're about to hit an hour 30, which is more than I probably should be giving you guys, but whatever. Wow, like, look at that off my glasses. That's stupid. Yeah, I have to change. I'm gonna go grab some dinner. I guess I'm waving goodbye. Whoa, easy there, Alice Denton. I don't know who that is. Yep. Yep, alright.